Is it going? Yeah, it is. Hey everybody, this is Doggy080. Welcome to the next, my reviews of the E3 thing. This time we're talking about Bethesda. Bethesda is the one, it's that company that made, was it, Fallout Paradise and Skyrim Giants. That's a joke. Calm down. Bethesda's known for making Fallout and the Elder Scrolls series, which is super awesome. I decided to go ahead and watch this because freaking cool beans bears. They showed off the new Doom game. I thought the Doom game looked super awesome. The new Doom, the new Fallout, those are the two huge titles this time. I've never been that big of a follower of either of these titles, but I always like to kind of sneak in and watch these conferences just to see if there's anything that appeals to me, and lo and behold, they totally did, both of them. I thought there's really cool things in here that really, it kind of shows an interesting direction that not only Bethesda, but a lot of other companies are going, and that's they're seeming to put the whole realism thing to the side just a little bit. I don't want this to be an entire rant, but for a period of time it felt like every single game company out there was saying, let's see how realistic we can get our games to be. Serious games. And they lost a certain element to them that I felt made the game a game, and throughout the entire Bethesda conference I felt that they were kind of returning back to their roots when it comes to creativity and like colors and stuff. But let's talk about Doom. That was how they started it off with the Doom conference. Right off the bat, you can see that this game has color in it. It's not just a flashlight simulator. No, I'm not talking bad about Doom 3. I'm not talking bad about Doom 3, but I felt that game was really dark, and it was hard to see things. Not super... You know what I mean, right? It wasn't impossibly hard to see things, but it set the mood. It tried to make it into more of a horror game than the action game that I felt that the previous Doom games actually were. Yeah, the original Doom games had a sense of horror to it, like the things that you were fighting were scary, no doubt. But they still felt very much like a game. Like, it was more... It was eerie. Like, the things you were fighting were just creepy and were gruesome and violent, and it was... bleh, it was great! Great! Horrible goodness! My channel might not show it much, but I definitely enjoy a game. I enjoy games! While they were talking, they definitely mentioned how they were going for more speed. Like, they wanted the game to go faster. And you can see this in its gameplay, especially when comparing it to Doom 3. How Doom 3 was a lot more slower and kind of dark hallways, dark everything. And it really worked for the game. It really worked for Doom 3. But, like I said, it was kind of a step out of what I felt made the original Dooms that arcadey type of game. It's like, instead of them trying to focus on what would be scary or what they think would be like super shock value, they went for what they thought would be fun, like what would be cool to do as a gamer, right? It feels like they kind of go back to the action movies of yesterday, where everything was like, oh, gross, things blowing up, things getting chopped in half. Definitely not a game for everybody, but the direction that they're going with Doom was phenomenal. They had this level creator, they had a co-op horde mode, which I'm super looking forward to. I love horde modes and anything survival modes, and absolutely keeping an eye on that one. First impressions, thumbs up, man. Thumbs up on Doom. So good. Next one was Fallout 4. This one kind of showed up. Everybody knew that it was coming. It was one of those games that people were just kind of waiting for them to say, hey, we're making Fallout 4. But the way they announced it, and they just kind of said, hey, Fallout 4 is coming, like, it was days before E3, maybe even a week. I doubt it was 2 weeks, but it was really soon. They really kind of taken this whole design philosophy of making things, more colorful. I think, while I understand the dark and gritty goodness of other games, but The color really feels like it breathes a different type of life into the game. Like, the game itself doesn't feel as dead. I know the environment you're in is like a toxic wasteland, and everything's supposed to be dead, which is kind of the way they went with Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas, is, you know, things are dead. It's nuclear fallout, right? That's the name of the game. But that's just the thing, it's a game. It doesn't have to be super realistic. They're able to toss in a little bit of that extra color, a little bit of that extra spice into things. And they're learning that, or perhaps not learning, they're remembering that games are games. It's okay to not be super realistic, and like I keep saying, this is just like Bethesda's whole thing this year, and I'm for the direction that they're going. They took two games that I was kinda, you know, they're okay. Personally, this is a personal thing. I thought they were okay. And they made me really interested by just speeding things up a bit, adding a little bit more customization. Fallout 4 had this crazy, like, you could customize your house, and you got to design the rooms, like you got to place the rooms where you wanted them, you got to put chairs and lamps, and you could put traps and guns, and you had a suit of armor, a robot suit of armor you could shoot stuff with. You had a dog! What game could go wrong with having a dog? Let's be honest. They even announced a free little iPhone game that I really wanted to play, but unfortunately I only have an Android phone, and it's kind of a pooper. But Fallout Shelter, yeah, it's this free game that they designed to not be like other free games. They designed a game to be a game. There's none of this wait 5 days for the thing that you made to finish. None of this stuff. It's a fun little game where you run your own vault. You're like the vault owner, and you have your residents in there, and you send them out to do cool things. I really wanted to play this. I hope it comes to Android, because I still really want to play it. It looks really good. Fallout Bethesda had a fantastic conference. So yeah, definite thumbs up to Bethesda on your conference. You guys did fantastic. I wasn't a super fan, like I said, of both in either of these games. I wasn't a huge fan. I knew they existed. I played them. I had some fun with them. They weren't bad, but I wasn't really a fan. But these games, they might. The new level that they're going for, I'll check them out if I can. I definitely will. You might have a new customer on your hands, Bethesda. You might have a new customer on your hands, Bethesda. But with that, that ends off the first day of E3, the day 0, day 1? I don't know, I think it's day 1. Let's just call it day 1, just to keep these videos consistent. Next time, we're gonna check out... My dog's barking. I'm gonna check them out. Microsoft and Sony next. Be sure to let me know if you like these types of little review series, and I'll consider doing more. I like doing my reactions, and you guys seem to like that type of stuff too. All likes and comments and stuff are greatly appreciated. But yeah, that's gonna be it, guys. See you next time on this thing. Like I said, let me know what you think about Bethesda's stuff. Did you get what you wanted from Bethesda? I did. I wasn't expecting anything. I had two great games to look forward to. So, yeah, that's gonna be it, guys. See you next time on E3 Doggies Reactions. Gotta go see why my dogs are barking. They're probably upset about something. They're still barking. I'm gonna go get that hamburger I talked about last time. See you next time.